Are you ready to learn how to protect humanity against climate change? Before we begin, please subscribe. In this video, we will discuss how humanity can protect itself from climate change. You will learn how to use science, technology, policy, and personal action to build a sustainable future for all. We understand that climate change is an overwhelming issue, but we believe in the power of knowledge and action. This video is your call to action. So let's dive into the details of how to protect humanity against climate change. Let's start by talking about the first way to protect humanity against climate change. Transform the way we power our world. Our current energy system, which relies heavily on burning fossil fuels, is unsustainable and poses a significant threat to the future of humanity. However, by transitioning to clean and renewable energy sources, we can mitigate the worst effects of climate change and secure a sustainable future for all. One way to achieve this is by investing in renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydropower. These sources are clean and sustainable, meaning they produce little to no greenhouse gases and can be replenished naturally over a relatively short period. Additionally, these energy sources are becoming more efficient and cost-effective, making them a viable alternative to fossil fuels in many parts of the world. To fully transition to renewable energy, we need to make significant changes to our energy infrastructure. This means replacing aging coal and natural gas plants with renewable energy facilities such as solar farms and wind turbines. Investing in smart grids, which can better integrate renewable energy sources and improve energy efficiency, is also crucial. It's important to note that the transition to renewable energy is already underway, with many countries and companies setting ambitious goals for renewable energy production. For example, China, which is the world's largest producer of renewable energy, has set a goal to reach carbon neutrality by 2060. Similarly, the European Union has set a goal to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions by at least 55% by 2030. These are significant steps towards a sustainable future, but more action is needed. As individuals, we can also play a role in promoting the use of renewable energy. By installing solar panels on our roofs or supporting community-owned renewable energy projects, we can reduce our own carbon footprints and encourage others to do the same. By working together, we can drive the transition to renewable energy and protect humanity from the worst effects of climate change. Next, we must rethink how we live and move, and our current way of life, especially in cities, is unsustainable and contributes significantly to climate change. However, by rethinking how we live and move, we can create healthier, more sustainable cities that are better equipped to deal with the challenges of climate change. One way to achieve this is through urban planning that promotes green transport. This includes investing in public transportation such as buses, trains, and subways, as well as creating dedicated bike lanes and pedestrian areas. By making it easier and more convenient to get around without a car, we can reduce the number of vehicles on the road and lower associated emissions. Additionally, promoting electric vehicles and developing charging infrastructure can further reduce emissions from transportation. Another way to rethink how we live and move is by creating more green spaces in cities. Parks, gardens, and green roofs can help absorb carbon dioxide and other pollutants from the air, improving air quality and reducing the urban heat island effect. These green spaces can also provide opportunities for recreation and relaxation, improving the overall quality of life for residents. Furthermore, integrating renewable energy sources, such as rooftop solar panels and wind turbines into buildings and infrastructure, can help reduce the city's reliance on fossil fuels and lower its carbon footprint. By rethinking how we live and move, we can create cities that are not only more sustainable, but also more livable. This can help us adapt to the challenges of climate change and ensure a better quality of life for current and future generations. Sustainable lifestyles are not about making sacrifices, but about creating healthier, more sustainable communities that benefit everyone. So let's work together to create the change we want to see in the world. Next, let's discuss food. Food is another essential aspect of creating a sustainable future and protecting humanity from climate change. The way we produce, process, and consume food has a significant impact on greenhouse gas emissions and resource use. To reduce the environmental impact of our diet, we must support sustainable farming practices. This includes promoting agroecological methods that minimize the use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, as well as encouraging crop diversity and soil health. Sustainable farming practices can help reduce emissions from agriculture and ensure the long-term productivity of agricultural systems. Another way to reduce the environmental impact of our diet is to reduce food waste. Globally, approximately 1/3 of food is lost or wasted, which represents a significant amount of resources and energy. By reducing food waste through better storage, processing, and consumer behavior, we can lower greenhouse gas emissions and create a more sustainable food system. Embracing plant-rich diets that prioritize fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains can also help reduce the environmental impact of our diet. Plant-based foods generally have a lower carbon footprint compared to animal-based foods, and shifting towards a more plant-based diet can help lower greenhouse gas emissions from food production. By supporting local and seasonal foods, we can also reduce the energy required for transportation and storage. Farmers markets and community-supported agriculture programs can help connect consumers directly with local producers, reducing the carbon footprint of our food. Finally, as individuals, we can take steps to reduce the environmental impact of our own diet. Planning ahead, cooking with leftovers, and composting food waste are simple ways to reduce waste and emissions. By making more sustainable choices in our diet, we can help protect the planet and ensure a healthier, more sustainable future for all. Remember, every small step counts. Lastly, let's talk about international cooperation. While individual actions are important, protecting humanity from climate change requires international cooperation and collective action. Collaboration between governments, businesses, and individuals is essential to address the challenges of climate change and create a sustainable future. One way to promote international cooperation is through strong policies and agreements. Governments can implement policies that promote clean energy, sustainable agriculture, and green transportation. International agreements such as the Paris Climate Agreement provide a framework for countries to work together to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and limit global warming. By setting ambitious targets and holding each other accountable, countries can drive collective action and make significant progress toward a sustainable future. Another way to promote international cooperation is through knowledge sharing and technology transfer. Developed countries have a responsibility to share their expertise and resources with developing countries to help them adopt sustainable practices and reduce their own emissions. By providing financial and technical assistance, developed countries can help developing countries invest in renewable energy, improve energy efficiency, and adopt sustainable land use practices. This can help create a more equitable and sustainable future for all. Finally, promoting public engagement and awareness is also essential to driving international cooperation. Educating citizens about the impacts of climate change and empowering them to take action can help build public support for policies that promote sustainability. Encouraging businesses to adopt sustainable practices and recognizing and rewarding those who do can also drive positive change. By working together and embracing a spirit of cooperation, we can protect humanity from climate change and create a sustainable future for all. Protecting humanity from climate change is a monumental task that requires a multifaceted approach involving scientific innovation, technological advancements, strong policies, and collective action. By transforming the way we power our world, rethinking how we live and move, changing our diets, and fostering international cooperation, we can mitigate the worst effects of climate change and secure a sustainable future. Remember that every individual action contributes to the collective effort, and together we can make a significant impact. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay hopeful in our shared journey toward a sustainable and resilient future for all. Thank you for watching. See you next time.